Hello, I'm Derek John Johnson. Today's video, I'm going to be breaking away from politics again for a little bit to talk about something I really like. Pokemon! Well, something else I really like. And in today's video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I feel like Gen 5 is probably the most overrated Pokemon generation, bar none. Now, to be fair, overrated does not mean bad. I'm also not saying that this game is completely terrible. And to be fair, I'll list off a few of the things I like to start. One, the gameplay. It's honestly a Pokemon game. The gameplay's really well done. And it's still really fun to go around catching and collecting the Pokemon. Two, I actually do like some parts of the plot and some of the elements here, despite the fact that I'm going to shit on the plot a lot. And the defenses for it. Three, I actually do like the characters here, and the fact that they actually get character development is really damn cool. I also think N is probably one of the best rivals slash antagonists we actually have ever had in a Pokemon game, and I really wish we'd get another antagonist as awesome as he was. Now on to what I don't like. One, the story. Okay, I get people love to suck off this story's dick and talk like it's the best Pokemon story ever made, the greatest story in gaming history, the plot that's basically the plot version of Jesus. Okay, I know I'm exaggerating a lot, but it's not that far off from how the fans of this game tend to treat its story. And yeah, while it might be the best story in a Pokemon game, that's not really a bragging point, as the game's never had good stories. The games were never known for their stories. Literally, every story is basically kid goes around collecting monsters to become a champion in a nationally defended cockfighting competition while fighting some nefarious evil team that wants to do evil for evil's sake, because evil. Sometimes they might have a different motivation, but that's basically the gist of it. Gen 5 story is not that much different from those, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, there's a bit more or actual plot in there, but that's kind of the same thing. To be fair, at first they do make it look like they're going to be like this. There's going to be this great big moral dilemma about whether or not Pokemon battling and people using Pokemon are actually ethical. Problem is, in the first game, we never actually see any examples of Pokemon being abused or mistreated. We don't even get a hint aside from Getsis and Plasma N talking about how bad this is, that this could be bad. And to be fair, they actually do a good job of making N's moral viewpoint seem, compelling. And actually doing a good job of showing how he believes what he's genuinely saying and making him a somewhat interesting character. At first they do it, but then we get to Getsis. Oh boy, he's a twist villain who, let's face it, this dude just screams secretly evil at all times. You'd have to be a little kid or completely blind to reality to be shocked that this dude didn't believe a word of what he was saying, as he quite constantly slips up and admits that he doesn't believe what he's actually saying. And the thing is, he's just not that interesting a villain. He's just kind of your boring, typical evil guy who wants to rule the world because evil. I But N actually does have a genuine reason to care more empathetically about Pokemon than people. He's someone who was raised locked off from the world, who grew up around Pokemon abandoned as a child. So, of course, he'd care more about Pokemon than people, and here's the thing, whether or not they actually do justify his viewpoint, he believes what he's saying, and that actually does allow me to suspend my disbelief. Now, as for the plot of Pokemon Black and White 1, it's kid goes around collecting monsters while fighting against an evil team. With a few extra twists thrown in, but it's basically just your typical Pokemon plot with a few extra twists. It's really not as good as people like to make it out to be. The writing is honestly pretty bad. They don't show or tell the reasons for why Team Plasma might believe any abusive situations of Pokemon. As I said before, the only person who actually believes in Team Plasma's goal is N at the end, which completely destroys any moral complexity they were trying to build. Here's the thing, there are interesting elements here, like Charon's existential crisis. The question of whether or not the way Pokemon are used in Unova is ethical. Problem is, they don't actually delve deep enough into those topics for me. Now, to be fair, maybe this is just because I've been spoiled because I played so many story-based games with much, much better stories. And the Gen 5 fanboys hype up the story for this game so fucking much. Not only that, but whenever you actually bring up flaws with Gen 5, they will immediately just completely ignore basic rules of storytelling simply to justify the game's bad writing, and I'm sorry, but that doesn't. And look, here's the thing. I'm not saying you have to stop liking Gen 5 or its story. I like plenty of story-based games that have flaws too, but the thing is, I don't try to make excuses for the flaws of something like Life is Strange or anything like that. Now on to another thing I don't like. The Pokemon. I'll commend them that they did create all new Pokemon for this generation and didn't rely on any of the old ones. But some of these Pokemon have terrible designs. A lot of them take forever to fucking evolve, which is kind of goddamn annoying. And a lot of them just seem like kind of just kind of your typical version of Pokemon we'd get in other generations. The typical flying type, the typical weak fish type that becomes stronger or when it evolves, those kind of things. I mean, to be fair, not all the Pokemon are bad. I actually quite do like Hydreigon, I believe. I don't know how it's pronounced its name, but the three-headed dragon one, I like that one. I also kind of like the Thunder Zebra. It's cute. But they really should have either done a better job or, just use some old Pokemon. Here's the thing. I can give Gen 5 credit for actually inspiring a lot of good in other Pokemon generations. But that's the thing. In this generation, I just don't feel like a lot of it is handled super well. Now, to be fair, it's not, as I said before, not terrible. If you're a fan of Pokemon, I highly recommend playing the games. Just don't go in expecting the masterpiece it's built up to be. Well, that's a video for today. Bye.